Hi guys, welcome to Tarot Time with Bella Luna. And this will be a reading for all you Taurus placements out there, all you Taurus Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venuses. We're going to be getting into that new moon reading that I've been talking about, that recognition of what happened in May, how it's been affecting you now up until this new moon, what intentions should be set in this new moon era, which was mainly last night or yesterday, and then what June will bring us, what we can be expecting in June. So we're going to be diving into that for you Taurus placements right now. That Sun, Moon, Rising, Taurus. We're going to be shuffling 2 more times for those Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus placements in Taurus. Okay. Okay, this is your deck, for sure. And then we'll be doing an intuition reading. That Ace of Spears is in reverse. You guys have been feeling really blocked and having a lot of delays recently. That 10 of Cups reverse. Okay, so that might be emotionally related. I'll get into all that. I usually have to see all the cards before I start making interpretations, because I start just sounding like a mad woman. So we get into those meanings of that reversed Ace of Spears and that reversed 10 of Cups once we get all your cards. Okay, the reversed 8 of Swords. A lot of stress, anxiety, fear of your situation. Not a lot of cards for you today. I don't even think I need that intuition reading. Okay. So I'm seeing, there's only 4 cards here. Oh. And I'll be diving in to, I want to make sure that these are your 4 cards. So let me double check this. Okay, so this is definitely right. This is your 4 cards, and you only have 4. And this will be, I want to be sure that you can see that. So we'll have that yeah, I think that's in the right place. We'll have that Ace of Spears being your first card, and that's, as I mentioned already, that's going to be those blocks and those feelings of delays coming up, especially passion-related delays or creative-related delays, because I've been seeing a lot of focuses, as you guys do, Tauruses, on career or paths you should be taking in worldly aspects. But I'm seeing these, I want to pull these up. I want to talk about all these just real quick while you guys can look at them. Those delays that are coming up. Those delays are going to be passion related, but then we're going to be seeing that 10 of Cups, and that 10 of Cups reverse is going to be emotionally related. But that 8 of Swords, you have a lot of passion, a lot of emotion, and then there's going to be decisions to be made when we see those Swords cards. And that 8 of Swords is going to represent not only anxiety but fear of your position, and just fear of yourself not being good enough. But we'll discuss that more later. But that Lovers card here, I want to directly focus on that. That Lovers card is going to be your last card, and that's going to be that representation of what we asked for in June, that prediction of June, and what that'll be bringing to us. So when we see these are going to be rather negative cards at the beginning, and we're going to be seeing a lot of disparity and a lot of struggling and a lot of stress. But we're going to be seeing, at least by that full moon in June, now that you see that Ace of Spears in reverse, that reversed 10 of Cups, and that reversed 8 of Swords, all reverse cards, and all cards that connotate negative meanings, you're going to be seeing those eventually have that lover's outcome from it. So this negative thinking, these negative things going on, they will lead to something positive, and we'll be diving into that. So we've already basically discussed that Ace of Spears, that blockages, those delays, the passion, not going in the place that you want, not going at the speed that you want, or the expectations that you have for your work, for your ethic. And I'm just feeling that right now. I feel that you guys have a lot to offer and a lot to prove yourself in, but those delays are going to be coming up, and that's possibly going to be having to deal with something losing its life, something losing its vitality, something losing its passion itself. And when I'm seeing that spears, that could be passion related, but then we're seeing these lovers. So this is going to have either two meanings. That's going to have that passion either way, but we're again going to be seeing either that personal choice, that personal path that you're hoping to be taking. But we also could be seeing that connection. So we could be seeing, I'm seeing you guys either taking a path of passion, or trying to attempt this path of creativity and that flow, or you're trying to focus on a connection that seems like it's dying. There's delays, there's miscommunications, and there's things just aren't starting right now. That's what that Ace of Spears is all about. Things are not moving, specifically in that creative or that passion related way. It's just like that loss of life, and that's confirmed with this 10 of Cups. Something is disappointing you. There's those blockages, there's those misunderstandings and miscommunications, and those are because of that loss of life, that loss of vitality. Those and we've received this for another reading, I believe, that those candles are being extinguished as they are turned upside down. Whatever was lively before, whatever was causing great emotional growth before, is not doing so now. And that's your confirmation of that's a death of a possible relationship or a connection, as we said, or the death of a path of vitality. Something that used to make your heart beat, no matter what it is, it no longer makes it beat anymore. Or you no longer make, if this is a connection, you no longer make that other person's heart beat, which can be really, it's a difficult thing to hear. But again, if that's that personal path, you no longer feel that heartbeat, or that personal path no longer gives that same life to you. And that's clear that you have anxiety running from that. You have rampant negative thoughts and self-blame. That's what that 8 of Swords is all about. You find yourself in a really difficult position. As you can see, you're in those swords surrounding Brienne of Tarth is going to be that representation here. You are in a really difficult position and you're feeling a lot of stress, but you're blaming yourself for that. And this card asks you not to. This card asks you to stop blaming yourself, or stop blaming the circumstances going on, and stop making that your focus. You need to be moving on. That card is all about that moving on, and forgiving yourself, especially of anything that you might have done wrong, because it's clear that there's any loss of life or any delays or any miscommunications that have been going on that's clearly been happening for you in May, and that's clearly been happening for you in these intention settings. You need to be letting yourself moving on. You need to be letting yourself forgive, letting yourself see when things have died, things have not allowed any more energy to grow, and to take that truth, accept that truth, and move on with it, and to forgive yourself for any contributions to that death of a passion, whether that be that creative outlet, or that connection that we talked about. Sorry for my stuttering. I have stuttering when I'm in front of people. So and then we'll get into that Lover's card, that last card that you have, and this is going to be representative, especially when we asked about what June has for you, those expectations. This Lover card is all about all about choosing. This is going to be your choice. And I really, really like seeing this for you guys. Because that means that this death, this loss of life and whatever emotional outlook you had, it's going to be your choice whether or not you commit to re-strengthening that, whether you recommit, because this is what that Lovers is all about, choosing to really focus in on that aspect that needs focusing and committing to it again, or you're going to be choosing to walk away. This is all about a decision in the imbalances of your life, and choosing whatever decision is necessary to recommit that balance. This is also going to be a sign when I see these cards and when I've discussed those two options of those interpretations. This is a sign of maturity. This is going to be that Lovers card this is actually not discussed often, but the Lovers card is a sign of maturity. This is a sign that showing personal growth. That's what this sign is all about, and that's showing you that you are going to be looking at opportunities and looking at what you could be going for, and you're going to be seeing the long-term effects of those opportunities and those outcomes. You're going to be looking at the long-term effects rather than the short-term, because you're going to be focusing on yourself, your maturity, and your growth. You're going to be leveling up in the wisdom that you hold for yourself and the recognition that you hold for yourself. The perspective that you have of your world around you is going to be more genuinely authentic. That's what this Lovers card is representing, is you gaining balance, and you choosing whether or not you want to recommit, whether or not you want to bring, because you apparently with that Lovers card, you can bring that life back to whatever it is that you're concerned about if you choose to recommit to it. And it's clear that you're blaming yourself, and that's something you need to not be doing. You need to realize the truth of this situation, the truth of what needs to be balanced, because you're blaming yourself so much. There's so much self-blame and so much forgiving to be done, even if not just with yourself. But it's clear that you have been giving yourself such negative self-talk and such imbalance of what the truth is. You need to be finding that balance, allowing that balance to come into fruition, and whatever steps that need to be taken to do so, because there's two choices, there's two paths to be taken with that Lovers card. But there's clear maturity, there's clear growth to be seen. So I really like seeing that for you Tauruses, because we've been looking for at least some movement, some sign of moving forward, leveling up, evolving. And when we see that, this loss of life, that's like the worst thing to be seeing with that, especially with that. This is not entirely, although it's a negative card, it really truly is. This offers you that message to stop so much self-blame, stop even just so much focus on whatever blame it would be contributed to, whether or not yourself or another person. You're focusing too much on the blame, and you should be focusing on moving forward, your healing, your maturity, your growth, because it's going to be happening for you once you start to fully focus on that, and once you start to recommit to balance in your life. And that's what that Lovers card is always going to be about. So let's get into your guidance. I'm really excited. This is like a really clear oh, I'm so sorry. We had like a million cards just fall. And I'll be putting those at the top because clearly those might have significance. For you Taurus, this is going to be a really clear move of what to do next, and to stop that self-blame, to stop that negative self-talk. Just be committed to focusing on that maturity and that rebalancing of yourself. Then this is all your decision, whether or not you want to put that life back into whatever has lost it, or to move on. Either way, you're going to be gaining that balance, and so that's really, really significant to be seeing. So again, we're going to need Taurus, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, guidance for this message. Okay, so we'll be digging into your guidance cards now, your oracle cards. This would be the Moonology oracle cards. Oh, we got one. Oh, this is what I said. Okay, I'm just going to discuss this real quick. That win-win outcome is in your forecast. So again, no matter what you choose, this is really, really important in seeing this Lover's card as well as your ending card. And there's so much Venetian energy going on for you, Taurus, with that full moon in Libra and that Lover's card. That there is going to be a good outcome for you, no matter what. That win-win outcome is in forecast for you, and you will be gaining that balance for yourself. Because the choice is entirely up to you. That willpower is up to you. But whatever choice you'll be making, it will be in your favor, and it will give you that balance. That's what that Lover's card is all about, that balance that you're looking for. So it's really, that's going to be your only card. That's really interesting to be seeing that, to be knowing that the universe is going to be supporting you and that you'll be okay. Once you trust that intuition and you really go for whatever decision you know is going to be best for your long-term soul's betterment. That's what that card is all about. If you're just going to be choosing whatever you want to, you're not going to be getting that win-win outcome in forecast. Although the universe supports you, the universe will be making sure you're going to get that balance no matter what. That might not be coming for you immediately, but if you are focusing on that alignment of the future, if you're focusing on that long-term soul's betterment, because that's what that Lover's card is all about, seeing versus short-term blessings, short-term indulgences, and short-term just positivity, what might be coming from that short-term temporary period versus what's permanent, versus what's long-term for you. You need to be focusing on what's going to give you that balance long-term, and whether you choose to recommit to that possible dying or delaying opportunity or connection, that win-win outcome will happen for you, whether or not you choose to recommit or to walk away. And that's really great to see for you, Taurus, because you're always working so hard on yourselves, and you're always really trying to look for that progress, and you're going to be getting it, whatever path you're taking, as long as you're doing that path for yourself and for your authentic betterment. You're going to be getting that progress that you're looking for, even if it doesn't seem like it at this time. So I'm really interested in seeing your full moon reading, and we'll be diving into that, I believe, June 17th. That'll be a full moon in Sagittarius. So looking forward to that, and I hope you guys enjoyed your reading. Thank you.